Hello, everyone, and welcome to a rather different episode of the Neverending Train, in which we are not actually in a carriage. I am Kai, your DM, and with me today I have two wonderful players. Would you like to introduce yourselves and your characters?
Hello everyone, I am CartoonKitsune, and I play Minty the rabbit.
Hello, I'm Modmad, and I play the engineer, but he's not really called that at the moment. He's going by the name Oscar.
Alright, and with those, and I will also be playing Tatterdemalion, who is a wonderful Muppet-born lion, but you know what, it's the joy of being the DM. I just get however many NPCs I like, and there will likely be multiple in this game. Where we left off last time was actually having the first proper sleep that any of you guys have had since arriving on this train, frankly. We've got Minty, Oscar, and Tatterdemalion all curled up in a little puddle in the carriage right before the very front of the train.
And I cut in, because I did specify I would take first watch, so we were always having someone on watch.
That is true. In that case, I will say nothing exciting happens other than you do get a wonderful view of new carriages being built while you're on watch. After a couple of hours, I'm sure Tatters will wake up and tell you to get some sleep because, yeah, no, you need some sleep. Please.
Fair enough.
Angie.
Does this count as a long rest or a short rest?
This is a long rest, so you will have, yeah, if this is the point where any and all of those those hit points and everything that you have expended, please do get those back. It's been a while.
That's very kind, thank you.
But yeah, you all wake up feeling rested. What's on everyone's minds right now?
Minty, do you want to take it first?
Sure. I mean, Minty's definitely feeling a lot better now that she's gotten a bit of sleep. But definitely a bit nervous because she's not really sure what they're going to find in the engine, if it's going to be dangerous, if there's going to be a fight, if they can negotiate peacefully, which is what she's hoping for. But she's kind of trying to be cautious. And she's definitely very happy that all her friends are still here and that they're all still safe, so...
Yeah, I think Oscar is... You know, the righteous anger is still definitely there, but he's overriding it because he's in good company. But he's also sort of constantly trying to converse with the voice of reason inside him because, you know, while he has every intention of just absolutely laying into whoever has been doing this to all of them, he's also aware, the situation will not be easy to solve. There are only 3 of them, and even if he and his companions somehow do manage to take over the train, they will then become the ones responsible for running it, even if only for the amount of time it takes to get everybody off it. So that's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot to kind of keep in mind. And again, neither of you have any pecking clue what is inside the engine. You just know that you're basically there. Are there any kind of discussions that you want to have or things you want to prep before you hop back into the box you've hijacked and make your way one more carriage forwards?
Breakfast, maybe.
Do any of you guys do you have food on you or in your hammer space?
I got rations.
That works, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've got rations too. Because I guess we haven't had to eat because this train is weird so far.
Exactly. The most has been I think I said last time Tatterdemalion had a chocolate bar in her bag or a muesli bar or something. But
Minty's got her emergency cupcake stash.
Fantastic. Nice. Well, all right. Now I do have to say they are all it would say in your inventory is just rations. If Minty has an emergency cupcake supply, as those are the rations.
Those are the rations. Yeah.
NG/Oscar, what on earth do you count as rations?
I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something ridiculous. I know. You know those things that you put in your pockets, you crack them and the chemicals mix and that heats them up? They're like
the little hand warmers.
He thinks those are delicious. He's got 2 of those. He's gonna chow down on those.
So, like, I just, like, imagine the three of you sitting in, like, this little circle, all ready to, like, getting breakfast. Minty pulls out cupcakes, and Tatamalian again, just, like, with little chocolate muesli bars and stuff, from her handbag. And then Engie, that's a hand warmer.
You know the tradition of getting like a piece of coal in your stocking at Christmas if you're naughty. He'd love that. You know, that's tasty.
Mr. Ward, are you sure you're meant to be eating those?
What? Oh, do you want some? Sorry, it was very rude of me not to offer.
I think I'm quite all right, thank you very much.
See yourself.
All right.
Chomp, chomp.
Was there anything else that you guys wanted to do here?
No, I'm good.
Looking at my spells, there's not like a whole lot I can prepare like really well in advance. So,
all right, that's fair. In that case, I will just do a little bit of a fast forward and assume you all have you've had like a proper rest, you've had some proper food, you're all feeling a lot better, at least physically, if not necessarily mentally. You hop back in the box and onwards you go. You are now, again, in the middle of this absolutely endless void. On the top of this absolutely endless train that you've somehow managed to find the end of. Can I get a quick strength check from someone to see if you can get this last hatch open?
Okay. Is
You're
that a
up,
save or
Oscar.
is that a save or just a straight check?
Just a straight check.
Okay, let's see how this goes. 9. Oh gosh. I mean, yeah, they've been stiff the whole time. Maybe this one has like more security to it, considering what it leads to.
Yeah. All right. Oh, here, Mr. Ward. Let me come help you. I know you have a bit of trouble with them because you have had a lot of trouble in the past.
He certainly has. Go Tatters.
This is the joy of just having an NPC who's there to help you with anything you fail at. Yeah,
An NPC
and
with a +2 in strength. Yes.
with the two of you together, you manage to lever off the hatch. And the moment you have it open, I'm gonna need everyone to please make a Constitution saving throw. Because guess what?
Oh.
You're all spellcasters.
Oh. Okay. 25. I think I'm
Holy
okay.
An 11. Ooh, Tassus ain't going great. Minty. All right.
13.
Okay, I'm gonna say how that's, 25 from Oscar. In that case, you open this and you are still very new to magic. So you know you just got hit by something, but like it's more kind of, feels more like a strong wind more than anything else. Tatters, having been one of the closest people to the hatch when it got opened, is literally bowled backwards by the strength of this wave of pure magic that hits her. And Minty, with that 15, you can feel it as well. You manage to stay on your feet, thankfully, because you're a little bit further back, but you know that whatever is in there, it's a lot.
Ooh. Because Oscar did so well, can I make a grab for Tatters so she doesn't go off the train?
Probably a good idea. Please get me a dex saving throw.
Okay. Please do well with this, Oscar. Please do well with this. 5. That's not
Hey,
well. I
Can
think
Minty
bad.
can Minty help with this?
With that 15, not really. I will say that, like, Tatters isn't thrown quite all the way to the side, like, edge of the train because this train is, like, pretty big. But I am just gonna make her do a little dex saving throw herself as well. Oh, she's got a nothing there. That's wonderful. Thankfully, that was a 19.
Thank goodness for the dice.
All right, so
Thank you,
Oscar,
Lalo.
you try and reach out for her. You're not quite fast enough. Thankfully, she manages to grab onto some little knobbly bit of the train and stops herself from sliding down the edge. Like, well, are you sure it's a good idea to go in there? I don't think it's too wise right now. As she pulls herself up and comes back towards you guys.
Well, I'm not sure what just happened to you. I feel okay, but are you alright? I mean, going down there is better than the outside of the train, I'm supposing, he said, looking into the abyss.
Well, whatever's in there, it's powerful. I don't know if it's going to be dangerous or not, but if that was a warning, then I'm not sure.
Yeah, it feels like there's a whole lot of magic all concentrated in there or something.
Oh, too bad for them. I'm stubborn and bullheaded enough to try it anyway. I mean, you don't have to come with me.
No, I said I'd follow you. I said I'll stay in with, and again, whatever's in there is better than being out here alone.
If you're certain.
Safer to stay together anyway, so...
Alright. Tell you what, how about... Well, we can use the hover box to get into there, but we don't know what's going to be in there. Is there anything we can do to prepare? Like, they have thrown the first punches, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I've got a rope if we'd rather do that than the hover box. If there's a lot of magic, it might cause interference, but it's who knows, considering this box is built for this train.
Might be a good idea to have something to lash ourselves onto the box, that's right. If you were thrown that far by just looking in the hole...
I think it was more the pressure than anything else, but, yeah, here we go. And she pulls... Actually, I should probably make a hammer space roll here, shouldn't I?
Yay! Hammer space.
Hey.
It's a 4. Okay, so I do manage to... Tassus does manage to pull out this long rope from her handbag. It's, you know what? It's probably the same bit of rope that she made using her yarn in the last session when she was trying to go through the carriage door. So all three of you get lashed together and then lashed onto the box. So, did you want to go down?
I'm game.
Let's go.
Hooray for bad decisions. Let's do it!
Yeah. And as you go down, you notice, first up, this place feels far more sparse than a lot of the other carriages than like the regular carriages you have been in. It feels a lot more like the carriage that you just spent the night in, really, which is more bare bones, meant for construction. It's not something that passengers are necessarily meant to see. The walls seem to be like welded together massive sheets of brass and copper. There is a huge board filled with levers of different sizes and like at different positions, stretching all the way down along the carriage, which seems to be like at least 100 meters long. And you notice that on the floor there are... I should realistically be making you do a perception check for this.
Oh, we can do
before
that.
I go tell
Also,
you
did you say leathers or letters?
Levers or levers, however you choose to pronounce it.
Oh, sorry, my stupid UK brain.
No, it's okay. Okay, that was...
I was a +5, so
Yeah.
18.
And what on earth was Tatters again? Because I was distracted. That's a +3. That's a 10. Okay, so Tatters doesn't really see much more than I've already said. But both Oscar and Minty, you guys actually notice when you get down to the floor, again, both of you can feel these massive waves of magic washing from something ahead of you, and you look ahead, and there is something glowing very, very bright, almost blindingly bright at the other end of the carriage. It doesn't feel like it gives off physical heat, but you can feel the magic burning your skin very slightly, like staying out in the sun on a summer's day, sort of burning at your skin.
And so Oscar liked it then.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not necessarily.
He did okay on the con save.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna say, like, the other thing, this is, for you, Oscar, this is very new, because you haven't necessarily really paid attention to magic before all this. So, like, you've probably been aware of it, but this is the first time.
No idea.
Yeah. The other thing that you two both see is, because you got high enough, you notice that there are kind of tracks in the floor. And when I say tracks, I mean like an indented rail that something would be able to slide along. And as you look ahead of you, you notice there seems to be some sort of figure silhouetted against the blaze of magical heat in front of you. And when this picture decides to load, you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. I made the mistake of making it too big and then not compressing it before saving it, so this might take a minute.
Oh, I'm guilty of the same crimes, definitely.
Oh boy.
Come on, Discord, let us see the pretty picture.
It's about a third of the way done.
Show us
I
the
worked
art.
very hard.
Halfway. I'm just watching the little blue line go across. I feel sorry for all our listeners who will get to this afterwards, because I do not plan on editing this. I'm just going to lob this straight up on YouTube.
No. This is just the journey going down because they're having to sort of rally against this magical...
Yeah. I will say, yeah, on your way down, the box does get buffeted a little bit. Sorry, what do you mean? Sorry? What colour was what?
The magic thing.
The magic. It's just burning white, basically. Almost done. Oh no, it's going to get stuck in processing for another 5 minutes. God damn.
Could I make an insight to see if I know whether it's like fuel or not?
Yeah, sure thing.
Cool. Because he likes burny things. Oh, here it is.
Here we go. The picture has loaded.
Aww.
Yeah, and I
I
said
have
there's...
feelings for this thing immediately.
Aww.
Yeah, there is a figure standing in front, wedged into one of the rails, standing in front of you, and they look like they are made of clockwork, probably. They do seem to have a little bit of a magic glow to them themselves, however, it is dwarfed by the furnace behind them. And they have 2 arms where, you know, most humans would say arms are meant to come from, and another 2 rather gangly ones sprouting from their back. 3 of their arms are all kind of clutched in front of their chest, kind of wringing their hands together, and the 4th arm is giving you guys a little wave.
Minty waves back.
I will address...
Oscar doesn't.
Yeah, sorry, that insight check, was it what... may you please remind me what the insight was for, or was it just against the magic sort of thing?
Yeah, it's to see whether this is like the fuel source for this engine, for this train engine.
Oh, with a 14, yeah, no, it absolutely is. You're not sure, like, much else about it other than magic and this is the thing powering the train, but yeah, that's a pretty good bit of information you got there. The strange little clockwork figure kind of looks at you with, like, gives a little wave and goes, hello, you're not meant to be here. Passengers aren't meant to be here at all. Anyone want to reply?
I'm gonna give the other 2 an opportunity. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, about that, we're kind of here, we'd like to lodge a formal complaint, because, golly, things have been kind of bad since we got here,
I know, I'm aware, You're not meant to be here, though. Why aren't you in your carriages? Please go back.
Well, as representatives of the passengers on this train, we have elected to, we have some issues we'd like to address, and they more or less boil down to, 1, who is responsible for the damage this train causes? How can we access them? 2, what kind of oversight do they have over the way they treat people, whether it's caring for them or engaging them in conflict? And 3, what recourse do we have if the powers that run this operation decide to do something that we, the passengers, don't agree with? Such as, being held against our will, traumatized, killed a few times, basic ordinary stuff, really. And I'm afraid he's very close up to this person's face now.
Oh no. I will note that they are about twice as tall as you are, but I'm... Yeah, but also, they are very shy, and that little weird, like a bendable stand thing that they have that attaches them to the rail, kind of bends a fair bit, so they can basically bend back a full 90 degrees so you two can be face to face.
Oh, it's so maybe. I have to say, the aesthetic is one that Oscar really likes. So, like, this could have gone much worse. He's being nice. This is like him keeping a lid on his temper right now.
Like, the clockwork figure just kind of like looks at you for a second and go like, this is going to need a long talk. One moment. And like their stand wheels back along the rails, zooms around a couple of corners, and they go over to one of the little boxes on the side, press a couple of buttons, flick a switch, bing, and you can hear something go choo, and get sucked out along the train. Get sucked out to who knows where along the train. It'll just take a couple of moments. 1 second. I think it will be very helpful for the three of you here. Again, you're not really meant to be here, but I can't say I don't mind the company. I do appreciate you coming, but also you're not meant to be here. And as they're kind of chattering around, they're wheeling around in little circles on the tracks that they can go, that they are only allowed to walk on, and they seem rather nervous, and they are very much trying to go in circles away from you, Oscar.
I think he's actually going to do the standing there very still with his arms crossed, just watching.
Does Minty want to do anything, or should Tatters maybe come say something?
Yeah, Minty's gonna like kind of like approach like a little bit, but like, you know, keep her distance, keep respectful distance, and
It's okay. We just want to talk. Just take it deep. Oh, wait, you're a robot.
Not a robot.
It's okay.
Not a robot. Definitely not a robot. They're very safe. Like, I'm not a robot. I'm an automaton. Very different things.
Oh, my mistake. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's here, and you guys can now hear a little choof, 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 choof. And NG, you will instinctively recognize this, because you've seen them a couple of times now. It's the little mini trains that are the delivery system for the main train.
I was hoping to see them again. I did see, like, in the picture I can see the little rail with the, like, giant mouse hole there.
Yeah, and one little train comes chuffing along, and behind it brings, like, it's got a couple of little open-air carriages with little seats on top of it. So the little clockwork figure kind of grabs a couple of seats and pulls them off and wheels around and places it in one spot, goes back and gets the second one, and gets it so that all three of you can have a little seat, and it then goes back and grabs another, and there's a little fold-out table, and there's a tablecloth, and snacks. Did you want snacks? I can get you snacks. I don't know if you've eaten yet. I don't think people. Do you need to eat?
Yes, we do. Well, not normally with the doors, but it's okay. We ate before we got here. But thank you anyway.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to be a bad host. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. You're not meant to be here.
How about we start with something simple? And he's going to sit down. To be noted, he wouldn't eat any food on the suspicion that it might be drugged, but we're going to move past that. And Oscar just sort of knits his talons together. They glint ominously, and says, "What is your name and position on this train?"
I am Alex. And I'm actually going to write that out because it's not just spelled with an X. So I am Alex, and I currently run the train. I'm not meant to be here either, really, or I'm not meant to be in this job, but I currently run the train, I guess.
Could you please describe what that entails?
Oh, easily. And they actually perk up a little bit at this, and they zwoosh down their track. They zwoosh around on their track and go to the massive wall of levers, again, however you want to say it. Go, over here, we create new carriages for new people that arrive, and then zwoosh to the other side of the room where there's a panel of like little dials and buttons and a couple of like screens. Over here is where I can monitor every single passenger on the train. We've got 367 of them at the moment, and over here, and sits right in front of the massive glow. That is obviously where the PowerPoint. This is the magical core of the train, and it keeps everything running, and it's running a little bit low at the moment, but we're making do. And moves forward a little bit, and there's two big boxes kind of in the center of the room that Alex stops halfway in between. he was like, these are controls that I do not have access to. This is where the people come onto the train and how they find the carriages that they get off. And I can't really do much about that, but the train keeps picking people up, so I keep making them new carriages, and hopefully they'll leave soon.
Okay. Like, hands on FaceTime.
367?
Minty kind of mutters to herself.
367. I will say, Tatters has come and sit down. The reason she's being so quiet at the moment is because she is still very overwhelmed of the power of, like, the magical core of the train, so she's a little bit shaky, but she's glad to have a seat.
I think the engineer is going to reach into his pocket and take out Chirpy and put Chirpy, like, in range of Tatters as just a sort of comfort item.
Oh, no. Like Tatters would,
help,
like, kind of give the bird's head a little stroke and give you a smile.
Unfortunately, Oscar isn't actually looking at the smile because he is just like, oh my god. You are the sole person who is running this train. You cannot control people coming on or off of this train, and there are currently 367 individuals on this train undergoing any number of experiences that could, as we have experienced, be killed, traumatized, blown to peck, or otherwise deeply unsettled and removed from that realities? What is this? Why? Okay, let's forget what I just said. Why are you doing this?
Because this is what I was made to do. This is why I am here. Also, you can't die on the train. There's no death allowed. No, the creator would never let that happen. No.
Well, okay, that's all well and good, but I mean, it's still hurting people. I mean, like, a lot.
I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm trying. I need to keep making carriages for people, but one carriage for one person's not always good for other people, and I'm trying. I'm trying.
Alex, you appear to be a very sophisticated automaton, but you are clearly not designed for the purpose that you have been given. Who made you?
My father. My father made him, and my father learned from the creator. So he's very smart. He knows how to do lots of things. He made a couple of us, but I'm the only one left here now. And I wasn't meant to be running the place, just meant to be a helper. And if I could do the whole place, I don't have access to the things that I need to do to maybe help things work. And I can't do that without father or the creator here. And Alex seems to be getting quite worked up into like little loops again.
Okay, just calm down for a moment. Everything's gonna be
okay. Oh, there's a crunch of gears, and then just very much seems to kind of go a little bit boneless for a second before perking up and just sitting up straight again, quietly looking at you.
There we go. Now, can you tell us, when was the last time you saw your father or this creator?
A long time ago. A very long time ago, I think. I don't know.
Do you know what happened to the other automata?
Well, one of them got turned into me, and the other one got recycled? Got repaired? No, recycled, yes.
Wasn't that the carriage that you were on, Oscar?
Oscar has a sort of funny face because, yeah, he didn't come across anything like this person, and there were two places in that carriage, and one of them was a place where things got repaired, and one of them was a place where things didn't. So he doesn't know what to tell this automata, who, despite his anger at everything, is actually kind of understanding that it isn't this person's fault. It isn't Alex's fault, even if he's actually kind of unwittingly making the situation worse. But it's because he's unqualified. Oh,
He's trying so hard, but like he legitimately, like what you guys, I can say this just straight up for anyone that was having a bit of trouble keeping up with Alex teaching. He is they are trying their very, very best. They do not have access to some of the things needed in order to be either slow down people arriving on the train or make it so that people can get to their carriages, like their specific carriages, so they can get off the train faster. There are some other things going on, but they're trying. They just don't have what they need to be able to make things work.
If I may I ask you potentially a personal question? I'm not sure.
Ask away. It's good to have company again. It's been a while, a very long while, I think.
Are you in good repair?
Yes, I am. I know how. I taught how to self-repair. Father taught me how to keep myself sane. Keep myself together because he knew he'd be going away, and he didn't know how long. And it's very important to be able to fix myself in case something goes wrong. So I know exactly how to order new parts. And he kind of swishes back. They kind of swished back over to where they had called up the mini train to deliver the table before. Know how to get new parts, and I can get myself. I've repaired this arm. See, you can't barely tell the difference. And they hold up like one of their arms that kind of sprout from their back, and you can kind of look at it against the other, and you notice that like the color and the sheen is very slightly different. It moves a little bit wonky, but it does more or less work.
Do you mind if I have a wee look-see at that? It might need a little fine-tuning. He's desperate to improve it.
That's gonna be the first point where Alex does actually like jerk back a fair bit because like, no one is allowed to repair me but Father or the Creator. Sorry.
Alright, well, I did suspect it might be a touchy issue. So, what I can glean from this is that you are in full functioning capacity, and whoever made you, Father, Creator, whatever you like to call them,
Oh,
was
they're different
completely
people.
aware. Whichever was responsible for leaving you here was completely cognizant of the fact that you aren't well equipped to run the train.
Father said I should do my best, and I'm doing my best, I promise.
I'm sure that you are, but they abandoned you.
And it's not really fair to leave you here by yourself if you can't even access everything to do your job properly. That's not fair at all.
He said to do my best, and I'm doing my best. This is what I do. This is what I was made to do. Father created me to help here, and I'm helping. I'm helping.
You need help.
Yes. And you can see that, like, you can hear kind of like the clink and clatter of metal as they kind of shake slightly at this.
Oh, that's too much. I mean, like, we broke the barrier of engineer. Oscar, realizing that he actually really likes hugging people, he is gonna try and hug Alex.
I was gonna say before that, Minty was gonna ask him,
Hey Alex, is it okay if we give you a hug?
There's the difference between Minty and the other guy.
No, I can imagine like that question being asked. Alex kind of has like a split second to register what's being asked, and then Oscar comes in and it's just hug, and Alex is just kind of stuck standing there, frozen, because they legitimately do not know what to do here. This is very, very new to them. They have never experienced this before.
Alex has never had a hug.
"Oh,
I'm sad. I'm having emotions.
They kind of like it's a couple of seconds, and then they kind of like of being very, very frozen until they realize, oh, you're probably not going to move, and they kind of just like lift up one of their arms and just like pat on your head.
oh."
The ears go bounce.
Very good.
I think Oscar will disengage after the appropriate amount of time, This was also partly for him because, like, he's got this sort of, the anger that he's had the whole time. It's got nowhere to go, and now he's angry on behalf of Alex, and it's like, Excuse me a second. I'm just going to go. Okay, there.
I think Tatters is going to speak up for the first time in a bit and just go, you say you want to help. Well, what can we help you with? And that's going to get Alex... to be fair, Alex is still stuttering quite a fair bit because, again, not sure what to do about being hugged. Was that a hug? They've never had a hug before. What are hugs meant to feel like? What are you meant to do? That sort of thing going through their head. And then it's just like... I need more resources, materials. We need more resources and materials. If I don't have that, I can't make new carriages. And if I can't make new carriages properly, then they wind up being a bit more dangerous. And we don't really do that. And things aren't being recycled properly anymore because I don't know how to recycle whole carriages, just bits and pieces. And I need help.
Wouldn't it be more sensible to stop production? I mean, if I haven't got the resources available to make what I usually make, I have to either just use what I've got already or go out and find it and then restart when I've got it.
Every new passenger needs a new carriage, else they won't be able to get off the train.
And you kind of control taking on board new passengers. You've covered that, right? Well,
Bing!
This is a pickle.
And there's just
Actually,
a bell, kind of like the whole bell ringing just echoes throughout the entire carriage, bouncing off the metal walls. And Alex is just like, excuse me, and scurries over to the side of the room with the screens and everything, and go, like I was saying, new passenger, this will take a minute, please wait, I'll be right back with you. And
368 passengers.
Great.
And Alex goes and presses several buttons and the screens light up with strings of unreadable text, and they read what they need to and then head over to the other side with the hundreds of levers, and you watch as the arms that extend from their back can stretch up and up all the way up to the top row of switches right next to the roof of the engine, and they carefully adjust every single one of these thousands and thousands of switches in a matter of like about 2 or 3 minutes, and then go all the way down to one end where there is a rather large, a much larger lever right there, and you can feel the whole train jolt just the engine jolt just a tiny bit as this order gets sent down, and though you can't see it, there is a new carriage being made.
Oh boy. This is a mess.
Dear.
This is a real mess.
Every single passenger needs to have their exit. If they don't have an exit, then they can never get off. As it is right now, it's just really, 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 really hard to get off, but you can still get off if you find your right carriage.
So that means that there must be 368 carriages.
Oh, no, there's far more than that. There's 300...
Why are there more?
Because I can't get rid of the carriages from all the people who have left the train.
Oh, that actually makes sense. Yeah, he sort of sits back and is like, oh yeah, okay. Like his mechanic brain is actually starting to kick in, and it's like, oh, this is a packing mess. But hang on, let's backtrack to this concept that each individual has their own carriage, and if you find that, then you can get off. You just have to find it.
Oh, you have to find it, and you have to solve it, and there's this whole thing about you having to. There's personal growth. I think the creator said a little bit about personal growth, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, find your carriage, solve it, solve yourself. Door opens, you can leave.
Okay.
Well, I guess we were right about that at least.
Hey, but now again to the brass tacks of white. Can you tell me? Alex, please. Why does this train exist? What is it for?
To help people. We're here to help. We're here to... People who have problems, people who are scared or angry or sad or anything. It's... The train calls to them and they come and we help. We're meant to help people. It's to make everyone feel better, and you go out again and you're fine, and that's what it's meant to do. Are you okay, Mom?
I'm gonna make a roll to see what he does.
Do you need to go and scream for a bit?
No, the engineer does.
Okay.
He's doing the prayer hands so freaking hard. Like, I think he actually might need an intervention.
I'm gonna do a quick insight check for Tatters to see if she can notice what you are no doubt about to do. AKA blow up. That's a 12. I think she could tell you're in a bad way, but probably can't tell the extent of it.
Do I need to make an insight too? Because
Yes.
I'm thinking I should just have Minty like pull a pillow out of her hammer space and just hand it to him.
He's gonna...
Yes, perfect.
And let me just hammer space roll.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, Minty just pulls like a throw pillow out of her hammer space and just wordlessly hands it to Angie.
Okay, he like takes it in a sort of oddly, sort of comically calm fashion and just shoves his face into it, and there is this extraordinary noise which I could not replicate without destroying my throat. And then, you know, when like a dog tears a pillow into pieces, like he just bites it and shakes it until it rips into pieces and there's feathers like everywhere. He has just gone full feral on the pillow, but it's better that it was that than anybody else.
Yeah, no. I think Tatters is kind of gonna pick him up and just place Oscar on her lap and kind of pat your head and everything. Because all right, low insight didn't figure out how you were feeling before. After tearing a pillow to shreds, it's kind of easy to tell.
Sorry. Just lost my temper a wee bit there.
And he's back to being completely calm.
Are you sure you're quite all right, Mr. Ward?
Not really, but I will cope. Okay. So, we need to find your daddy.
Wait. God, the problem is I have two more. This is why Tatters wasn't talking, because I can only do one NPC per game. Yeah, if you find Father, he's I'm the one running the train. Father is the one that's meant to be running the train. The creator retired, and he's the one that he's the one that's actually meant to be here. He has access to the things that I don't, but he kind of walked off and never really came back. So.
There are very long scratches in the table now.
He just left? Did either of them at least say where they were going?
He said he wanted to just walk the train. He said he wanted to just have a look. I think he didn't really say much. He never really talked to me very much, to be honest. He's on the train somewhere. He has to be on the train because he can't leave the train, not without the creator's help. And if the creator knew that he had gone, then the creator would be back here. But I don't know where, and I can't find him, and he's not a passenger, so he doesn't show up. I can't search for him.
Will you excuse me for a moment?
And Minty is going to just kind of walk over to the wall, put her head in her hands, and just like kind of groan into her hands for a moment. Just.
Do you need a pillow too?
I'm good.
You're positive?
Minty can also join Oscar on Tatter's lap.
Thanks.
You will absolutely do that.
Oh my god. This is such a mess. Oh god. He's actually going to get up off the lap, thank you very much, that was very considerate, not at all patronising, and have a look at the screen, because, you know, Alex is an automaton, and automatons are like machines, and they like to function. If, you know, his experience with his machine is anything to go by, his girls are happy when they work well. And so he says,
what about these? Can you tell me anything about these screens? Like, I did ask, what capacity do you have to look out for the people that are on this train? What kind of oversight do you have?
Oh, what do you want to know? Asking about something that Alex definitely knows about makes them very happy because they don't need to answer any tricky questions. So they will happily scoot down their tracks over to where all those screens are, and they press a button, and again, those hundreds of lines of illegible text kind of go scrolling up the screens. But, like, what do you want to know? I can call out information on every single passenger on the train. It's pretty easy to do, really.
So, give me an example of the sort of data that you have.
Well, here we go. One moment. Which, sorry, that's actually me.
I thought that was the machine making that noise. I was like, that's awesome.
Also, you know what? You can also do that. My weird garbled noises also work as what the machine noises are making. Alex presses a number of buttons and a little bit of a diagram of the train comes up, and obviously it's a diagram centered on the engine, and there are 3 little blinking dots visible on the engine. There's 2 of them sitting more or less in the center of things, where approximately the table and chairs would be, where Minty and Tatters are sitting, and there's another one a little bit further on, a little bit closer to the side, and Alex zooms in on that one and pulls up, or presses another button, and whoosh, there goes all the data. Oscar Andrew Ward were on the train due to abandonment, sorrow. You're here because I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for all your losses.
Interesting. So you do have an emotional register for each person on this train? Does that update?
Yes, always up to date. You have been through a lot. No wonder there's Lonely So High on this. You've been through a lot of carriages. But I can keep track of everything. I can see if I want, I can pull up like heart rates if people have them. I can check that people are breathing. I can always know exactly what's going on with absolutely anyone on this train anytime I like, really.
But people are extremely subtle. Is there I have my doubts as to, pardon my skepticism, but the accuracy and the wider scope of this data. Can you pull up a graph to show the comparison between how many people on board this train as passengers have emotionally improved and those who have emotionally become worse since their time boarding?
Alex pauses for a little bit of that and just like, that will take some work. I would need to, I can't get behind this. I know exactly what, I know what to do. I know how I could do it. The machine can't actually do that in itself because it was not programmed to. It was, I can view several at a time, not every single passenger, not with this many passengers. It would overload, and we don't really need another explosion in the engine, really.
Well, how about we start with just one then, or maybe a couple?
A couple, yes. I can probably do. I can probably do 5, yes. Several more buttons get pushed. Diagrams start coming up on the screen. It's difficult to read them because you think they'd just be flat diagrams, but no. You think like maybe you can more or less render 3D and 2D space if you've got a bit of movement going, and no, that this shit's like 8th dimensional. And so can I just kind of get a wisdom saving throw from anyone who is looking at these screens at the moment?
Sure. Jeez.
That's a 9.
Hey!
Okay.
That's my 19.
Yeah, okay. Minty, you have no clue what's going on. You're looking at this and you're looking at it, and no, you're just starting to get dizzy and you think you've got a bit of a headache forming at the moment, really.
Yeah, her eyes are all swirly right now.
Oscar, however, you don't understand necessarily what you're seeing, but you can look at it and you're not getting dizzy, you're not getting a headache. You are you're watching as these lines weave in and out of themselves, and also they feel like they're almost coming out of the screen at times as you look at them. And Alex is kind of like leaning up a little bit, peering around to one side, peering around to the other side, and going, "Oh, there's a lot of the ones going on here, and you've got that person there is here for the emotional stuff, and that person just needs to learn a lesson, really." And it's like, So four of them have kind of gone down. They've mostly stayed steady, but there's the loneliness tends to kind of go up after a bit, and that means like the rest of the emotional states go down, and other lessons they might have learned in previous carriages starting to get annoyed. You've got this one person here that hasn't gone down. If anything, emotionally they got really better for a while. Though the reason that they weren't there wasn't just emotions; it was some other stuff that they need to really get past. They're definitely a long way off finding their carriage. But there was this one plummeted. I don't know what went on there, but something went on real bad, and they wound up in the recovery carriage. Oh, they'll be okay soon, hopefully. Yeah, if they just get moving again, it'll be all good.
You are aware that I was in the recovery carriage?
Oh, yes, it was in your file, yes.
And so was Tatters.
Yeah, it happens. It's why there are plenty of like little med pods. It's there so that because people can't die here. People can't die, so this way they get repaired and healed better.
How frequently does somebody end up in the recovery carriage?
You know that frequency and like doesn't really work well if we don't have time. Time is it's every so often. We've never had every single bay filled, but usually there's one person in there, sometimes two, but mistakes happen. Some of these carriages are dangerous, but I can't really do much about them.
Does somebody else want to say something real quick?
I mean, he's not really sure what to say to this.
Minty's just going to say, like, I think, Tatters can speak up for a second. Let's, Alright, if we can't really do frequency over time, you say that the train itself keeps picking up new passengers, correct? Yes, correct, yes. Alright, how about per new passenger, let's call each passenger a year. And however many times people wind up in in the recovery carriage, how many do people do that per train year? Oh, yes, that works. That's fine. It's not always stable. I don't think it is, but at the same time, we've got really nothing to measure it against. But yes, that will work. It would. Generally, maybe about, I would say 2 per year. Most people barely even notice, though. Like, all that really happens is, like, you meant to, like, you lose you get injured, you lose consciousness, and then you don't wake up for the rest of it. The train just handles everything, and then you wake up exactly where you were, and it's fine. Lots of people don't even know.
Auntie, but Oscar, you woke up, didn't you? Is that not supposed to happen?
No one's meant to wake up. You woke up? Oh, wait, yes, it was... What? How? What?
I mean, Oscar's just kind of struck dumb with this entire concept. And it's not just because, like, it's terrible, but he has a unusual and an interesting relationship with death and his respect for it. And, you know, like, everybody dies. It's like, just everything is created, everything is eventually destroyed. So what's the point? The point is to walk the world, help to feed the hungry, comfort those in pain, do what you can to leave the world a better place. And it's a part of stories. Death is a part of stories. And, you know, living forever doesn't appeal to him. And, you know, as part of Fire Spirit, who have a sort of, you know, they have this self-destructive finale that they have to go towards. So, like, he has been denied the dignity of the permanence of death, not just once, but twice by this train. And he is going through the motions right now.
Oh dear. I think the problem is everyone's kind of waiting for you to respond because, yeah, you have broken how part of how this train is meant to work.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know how he woke up. He doesn't know why he woke up.
I'm afraid I don't actually have an answer for you here either. And Tatters was still asleep until you woke her up. That was part of your action there. This is an anomaly. This is a do you want to bring there is small stuff I could potentially say here, but I would rather stay it in character if you ask the right questions.
Yeah. I think he's just going to start, as it were, talking to himself. I know there's teletoons that live forever, and if I were able to keep making movies indefinitely, maybe that would be nice in theory, but I'm not wishing myself to be immortal. Living forever doesn't appeal to me outside of the legacy of my films. When I die, I'll accept it. And I tried to here, that you have robbed me of that. How dare you come to me and say that this was you, this train trying to help me, that this was all for my own good? And not just that, you have the goal to claim that you're doing this to help all the folks aboard this pecking train. People are getting hurt, traumatized. Pecadol, I'm not the only person who's died. There is evidence of that because of your basic lacking in OSHA standards. Who designed that plucking stairway? Huh? Have any of you ever heard of a handrail? You didn't even have a wheelchair access ramp. And never mind there's a lot on the inside. Do you have any idea how many people outside this train you're hurting by doing this to us, by trapping us here, by trapping me here? And he is the most vibrant orange you've ever seen, but it's also kind of cracked with grey. He kind of looks like a lava flow right now.
Oh god. I think the only thing that Alex really latches onto with that, like, they hear it all, they understand it. The bit they latch onto is, but you can't die here. It's impossible. You can't. Death can't get here.
Well, that's the thing, though. People are supposed to die eventually. I mean, my species is kind of mortal, but most people, they're supposed to die eventually. And I think what NG here is saying is that, I mean, not only are we trapped here away from our loved ones, but we can't even die. We're trapped here forever.
No, not forever. If you find your carriage and you go home, and like you can't go home if you're dead, so you're not allowed to die. And then eventually you find your carriage and you go and you continue, and that's you can die when you get home all you like, but like when you're here, that's you find your carriage and you go home. That's how it's meant to work.
But that's the thing; it's not working, and we need to do something. Even if we either find your dad or get access to this to at least stop more people from coming onto here, because that's just an endless cycle of just making things even worse.
I know. It's not impossible to get home. People do get home. One got home like they pause for a second, just like start counting on their fingers and get to about 3 hands. About 14 years ago. 14 years ago, someone got home. Their daughter, they found their carriage, they solved their issues, and the door opened up and they went home. And it's people are leaving, but there's just taking them a while.
14 years?
Well, the years that we said that work on this train, realistically, time, what is that? Time doesn't exist here either.
Okay. Alex, do you know what my occupation was before I ended up on this train?
Your chart said film director.
And before that?
Like they have to actually go over and quickly double check your file again. Actor?
Maybe it was. Well, it was about the same time. I like to multitask. Is there any record of my mechanical prowess?
Oh, that's listed under hobbies. This chart doesn't always suit things. I can move that across to a job if you'd like.
Maybe I'll earn that. But would you take my temporary authority as something of an amateur enthusiast about locomotives? And he's saying this with a sort of clenched fist vibration, patience. There has been clearly a critical malfunction in the purpose of this train. Surely even you can see that.
I know. I know. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I said that I'd do my best, and I'm doing my best. I'm trying, but it's not working. It's really not working.
I know, and that's why we are going to help you. And my advice is what I said at the beginning. If people aren't getting off this train, which for the past 14 years they have not, the current system is not working. Stop making new carriages.
I can't. If someone arrives, they need to have their carriage so they can leave, even if it takes them a long time. They need to be able to leave. If they don't have their carriage, they can't enter the train properly. They get held in stasis, and that's really not good for them.
It's not good for them, but holding them in stasis is precisely what you're doing. Conscious stasis.
No, but they're in one piece.
Minty, can you help me?
Think of it like this. You keep adding more carriages, and that keeps making the train bigger, and that keeps making it even harder to find the carriages. Let me think. What if you, I don't know, gave people a map or something? I mean, even if the train is huge, then at least they'd know which way to go. I mean, for all we know, people might have been. The train goes in two directions, so people might have just been going in the wrong direction the entire time, and they might never find their carriage.
Oh, but they go in every direction. That's why the doors are like that.
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys.
That was me. That wasn't Oscar, but still.
This is one point where, as a DM who did actually spend a fair bit of time working on this, I just want to apologise for the absolute mess you've just walked into. But I'd also like to point out, please do remember that, every time you've gone through one of these doors, specifically when you've gone through it with someone else, notice how you've always wound up split up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Okay, let me ask this then. So back when your father was here and the train was working properly, was there a system in place to lead people to their proper carriage, or were they just dropped into the right carriage? Because if that's the case, then is there a way to just drop people into the proper carriage then?
No, they have to start a couple of carriages back, because if they don't, they need a bit of time to adjust. They need preferably time a little bit to meet people, because a lot of people tend to get better when they meet other people, and it helps when they're actually, people rather than like constructs and denizens. So it's they get dropped a couple of carriages back, and then generally, because there was usually only maybe a dozen people on the train, you'd only have to get through maximum dozen carriages before you'd find your own, and then you could leave. And it doesn't take that long to get through that many.
So there are presently 368 passengers. So there is at least 368 carriages.
Oh, I can tell you how many carriages there are if you want.
No. I was about to ask. I would be horrified to know the answer, but please do tell me.
All right. Again, goes over to where the screens are, presses a couple of buttons. There are 1,675,203. It's been a long time.
He slowly pulls out another pillow.
I would also, can I just say, anyone who was listening to that, can you please write down that number? Because I pulled that out of absolutely nowhere, so if anyone asks me to repeat it, I will not be able to.
No, me neither. But
Same.
yeah.
Hazelnut
So-
Gallery, I hope you guys are listening.
So the odds of anyone finding their carriage are 1 in that number every time they go through a door.
Well, it gets larger when a new person arrives, but yes.
I have a question. Do you have a facility to make announcements on this train?
I don't know. I wasn't told that.
Can I have a look around to see if there is, being someone who's used to trains?
Absolutely. Roll me investigation with advantage, because you do know trains, although I will say, this is not like any other train you've ever seen.
Yeah, okay. Thank goodness I've only got a... Oh, I've got a plus nothing.
You're up. 17's not
A
bad.
17 is okay.
18's even better.
18's better.
Alright. With that, I will say, you have a look around. You can more or less dismiss the wall of levers and switches and everything, because that's just the same thing over and over again. You have a look at like where all like the buttons and everything are, and maybe there's something there, but you don't see anything that looks like it really matches up to being a speaker or a microphone that you can recognize. It mostly seems to be the place to analyze where the train's data is. And then you have another look at the 2 grey boxes in the middle that seem to be sealed, and oh my god, like that was, I think it was 203, but Starbs, bless you for trying to write down that number. Like 1,607,000. I think it was 203. I remember the 203 bit.
Let's say it's that now.
Yeah.
Let's say it's that.
All right, yeah, and so Oscar, you have a look at like the 2 grey boxes that are in the center, and you kind of you can tell there is meant to be stuff there. It kind of looks like, however, that they've been put into something of a lockdown. You can tell, yes, no, there is meant to maybe be some other form of controls in these 2 spots, but it kind of feels like someone's put an iron box over the top of them. You can't.
Right.
Yeah, you don't manage to see anything that would be like an intercom system, though.
Cool, he's gonna rip that off.
Cool, give me strength check.
I'm actually gonna see, can I use my hammer to try and pull out like a crowbar?
Yeah, absolutely. If you do that, then I'll give you advantage.
Failed.
Hang on, I might have the spells to help them.
Failed! Have you got the table? Table.
Who's got the
Okay,
table up?
I'm gonna roll to see what I actually pull out.
It's a
I
15.
love failing. A 15, what do I get? Dances outfit! I know what this is. He puts his hand in his pocket into his hammer space and pulls out what he was expecting to be a crowbar. Somehow, Short's kid tutu outfit, like they, you know, their sibling gave them one, is in their memories, and is like, oh, okay, well, I was looking for it, and puts it back. Again.
Okay, no,
A 10. Okay, I definitely get a crowbar.
yeah, successful this
I was
time.
gonna say before he rolls that, because Minty has guidance, so you can add a D4 to that.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you have a plus D4 plus advantage.
Actually, I think I can also add my bardic onto that too. So add D8.
You know what? If you want to use this all up, go ahead.
Well,
this is a fucking
Yeah,
delight.
I have got the world's best crowbar then. Awesome. Okay, I'll take inspiration. What's that? Plus a D6?
So it's a D6, and then the guidance is a D4.
So you've got a minimum of a +2
Okay,
here.
right. Also, I'm really sorry, my connection seems to be ducking in and out like crazy, and I have no idea why. 16.
You forgot to add the D4?
Like-
Yeah, you just
Oh,
put a 2
okay.
instead.
Alright, so that's a 17. Alright, you have advantage though.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, what do I do all that again?
No, just the D20.
Just the D12
Yeah.
+2 because that's strength, right?
It's considering the D2 was a 6
17
last
again!
Alright.
I
No, that's
decided I wanted something.
it's a 7. No, because the thing is that's going to be a 17 plus the 8. Oh no, sorry. It's going to be 17 plus 6 because you managed to roll a 6 on the D6 before. So that's already up to 23, but plus 1. So you get 24 for that.
Nice.
Yeah, alright. With a 24, I will say, you can tell you only just got past some arbitrary strength check DC. You can tell you've already just gotten past that. But yeah, you managed to wedge your crowbar into this infinitesimal crack and then clunk, and like whatever was covering this thing now comes free, and you can easily enough lift it up and chuck it to the side, and you have managed to free up. Did you go for the one on the left or the right?
I'm just going to see which one. The one on the right.
All right, good news. That's the one that actually has all the controls for the train.
Yay!
So yeah, you do have, as soon as Alex kind of has a look at what you're doing, they go, wait, no, we're not meant to be touching, no, and then it breaks out, you lift it off, and you now have this little circular, like this little pillar that goes up to maybe a bit above your head height, again, filled with lots of little switches and dials and levers and buttons and all of that, and going off the investigation roll from before, you see something that very much looks like a speaker.
I'm sorry, Alex. Yes, I don't have to listen to you because I'm not meant to be here.
I mean, you're right, but also, did you have to go breaking stuff, please?
Better.
I mean, I
Good news.
really, I wouldn't be more breaking. This is kind of an emergency, so
I can't really stop you. I mean, I can't really get close enough to stop you, but, I don't know what to do here.
Alex, I think the best we can possibly do is just as a little.
Mod, you cut out there. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, my connection is crazy. I'm actually going to.
Yeah, if you want to duck out and come back in. Yeah. Is it working any better?
Let's see if it's any better. If it's still being a complete butt, then I'm going to go downstairs and check my router. If we're going to like a break, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, no, don't worry. You seem to be coming through all right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, guess what? He's gonna use that.
Yep.
Girls, I have some good news. This appears to be the controls for the train. I'm not gonna mess around too much because I don't really know everything that this does. Whoa, this is complicated. But there is an announcement service. We can tell people what's going on.
Well, I suppose I think that having a bit more information would definitely help everyone, especially if they knew what sort of situation they're in. There's a lot of people on this train that haven't had the chance to figure out what's going on.
we didn't even know.
Ah, heck.
Yeah, that cut out for me a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay, good to know. Can I just say, I am very surprised that I'm the only one that doesn't seem to be having internet issues for once. And now that I said that, I know I've just jinxed it.
Oh no.
Wait, am I coming in clear now?
Yep, you're better.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, good, yeah. She basically said,
Yeah, it'll definitely be better because I mean we didn't even know what we were here for until we got here. So
Okay, so we're all in favour of giving our fellow passengers a little bit more information. Would you say that's fair, Alex? There's nothing against that in your rulebook, is there?
Oh, I don't exactly have a rule book other I don't exactly have a rule book other than just like just make sure the train's taken care of, but I can't exactly do much to stop you. And Alex has just kind of got to go circle in this one little spot of track going around and around and around.
Okay.
Right. I mean, like, he's gonna make a train announcement. Is that okay with everybody?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
Okay. I really hope my internet doesn't balk on me, because I've got to improv this shit. Oh, Lord. What do I say? I'm trying to remember, like, every announcement I've ever heard, and I've heard quite a few.
Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding.
Attention all passengers. This is a railway service announcement. First of all, welcome aboard the Neverending train. For those of you who are new, yes, you heard that correctly. This is a train. It is a very large train with very unusual carriages, but it is a train nonetheless. To the rest of you who are already familiar with this, you may have noticed some technical difficulties, deficiencies, and all-around pickups, including but not limited to risk to life and limb, stress and strain to mental health, and a sore lack of abidance to railway standards. Owing to these failings, my friends and I, fellow passengers all, have taken the initiative and made our way to the engine. This was made possible by the emergency exits available for use in the centre of the ceiling of each carriage. I repeat, there is an escape hatch in the centre of each carriage's ceiling. It might be disguised under an illusion of some nice fluffy cloud. It's there. If you look, can be to keep it or use leverage if you get through.
Mod, you keep cutting out. Mod, I'm so sorry. This is so good.
It's okay. Should I just try again, like, after we've taken a break? Because I don't know why my internet is doing this.
Yeah, let's call this a 5-minute break or however long
Right
people
now,
need.
just hiccup for a sec.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go and
Probably-
punch the router because I don't know what the problem is.
Alright, I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Okay, bye.
Oh god.
Yeah, while we're on break, Case Nut Gallery is doing.
Yeah, let's go check in on everyone. How's everyone doing? You are all screaming. Wonderful. That is probably the appropriate vibe, the appropriate thing to come off. This is going to be great. Please know that I'm going to take this recording and then play it to a lot of you next time you're all in a game.
By the way, that move Minty pulled with the bardic inspiration and guidance, I like to call that the Feelings Smarter Search special.
That's so
Those
good.
of you in the Bash server will know what I'm about.
That's so good. God. Of Wild, can I just say I've just spotted the NG art that you did of just the whole prayer hands needing to scream. It's a fucking delight.
Later.
I am gonna have to properly scroll through absolutely everything here. Right now I'm just skimming.
Yeah. I found the picture.
God, I'm gonna have some M&Ms because they've been sitting here taunting me. Because they make for bad audio, so I shouldn't be eating them, but no one can fucking stop me. So, what the fuck? May I ask what the fuck is referring to, Liz? M&Ms or just everything?
I'm guessing the latter, but
Oh, absolutely. Foster, you are correct. There's going to be so many people just with no idea where to go or what to do. It's gonna be great.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Hot
yeah.
chocolate carriage.
I was gonna say, NG has not yet mentioned the stewardess, aka the giant monster that he and Tatters encountered above the recovery carriage. So that'll be fun.
I will ask about that. Mm-hmm.
Blue Jay, the whole, if you die in the void outside the train, do you die for real? Excellent question. Excellent question. I'm not telling.
Oh, good. You're using that kind of DM tone of voice. That's just the most menacing thing ever.
Oh, absolutely. The thing is, I have answers to all
It's like the
of
verbal
this.
equivalent of when Avi does like the backwards.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I have answers to all this shit. Yeah, that little smile, Avi, right there. When I say that, like, you cannot die here, I did also say at one point, death can't come here. There is a reason behind that, in the same way that, like other stuff goes on. So, I have answers to a lot of this, and I ain't telling shit unless characters in-game ask the right questions to the right people.
Hello. Oh god, this is still
Alex's
bad.
dad
Isn't
got
it?
a restraining order from death.
You there, Mod?
I am, but it seems to still be glitching out. Does it still sound bad?
You sound more or less okay. Problem is just every so often you kind of drop out or get a bit choppy, but you're okay for the moment.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's usually at 100% voice connected, and then like it just flicks to orange ICE checking every now and again. It's like blip blip blip. I literally have no idea what's wrong. I went and checked on the router and it's fine. And it's like, what?
To be
What's
fair,
going on?
it might, I think something that probably isn't helping is the fact that we've got about 3 games running at once here, so
Yeah,
the
we
server can only
have.
keep up with so much.
There's one other thing that I can try if you've got the time. I have a backup laptop.
Can I try and see if like the connection's better on that?
If you want to, I'm not so fussed either way, because like when you're coming through, you do come through all right here. It just interrupted your speech a little bit.
Oh, bother!
Yes.
I was so nervous making it too. I was like,
It was
"Ah, I'm
such a
gonna
good
be
speech, though. It was so good.
Doing really well.
I've been on a lot of trains, my dudes.
Also, real quick, someone
I don't just like trains.
in the chat reminded us that we should probably warn the stewardesses too, because
Yeah, I.
That's a very good point. Yeah, no, I was about to like say you don't have to use this, but if you do, watch out for the giant fucking octopus monster.
Oh, I'm
But-
absolutely going to use this. Don't worry.
Okay.
not flying spaghetti monsters.
Okay, I'm actually going to try swapping to my other computer, so back in a second.
Yep, see you in a minute. Anyway, how you doing, Kit?
Okay, I gotta read out this. I am fantastic. Real quick, I just want to read this comic because it's funny. People get up onto the roof. Hooray! They see the stewardess. Back down into the knife room.
I mean, yeah. Okay, at least in the knife room, the knives aren't actively out to get you.
Connection is like at the same. It's the same, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bollocks. That sucks.
Like, still, it means at least it's like either your router, the the whatever network you're using, or Discord, as opposed to your laptop.
Fine. Well, I'll switch on to the other laptop because it's much easier to use. Hang on.
Technical difficulties. The episode.
In more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm like dark acne going up and down the stairs.
Gotta go back to that game at some point.
Oh my god, it's still like no hurry, but like seriously, that game is still in my top 10 faves. It's so funny.
At some point, I swear, I promise. I kind of want. Thing is, at this point in time, my main goal for things is I kind of want to wrap up the Neverending train, which is part of why I was encouraging you guys to just break everything.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better because I was like, I don't want to break her campaign, but if you want me to break your campaign, I'll go Hot and Wild. So
I'm not gonna suggest after we make the.
I was gonna say I'm not telling
we break
you...
the other box open.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I'm guys like you do not have to actively break the train. Again, go with what your characters want to. I'm cool with still running this, but at the same time, if you guys cause serious chaos, then it means I have a more of a reason to wrap up this campaign.
Interesting. He's not gonna break the train. It's not the train's fault. He's gonna break the person.
Please do. He deserves it.
Ooh, I'm so mad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apologize for
I know his dad.
Actually, I suppose this crackly, rather crap audio is representative of what you hear in a train station or on a train. So cuts out sometimes. Words get blurred.
Yeah, so. it's still accurate. Did you want to continue the speech? Did you have more, or were you done?
I'm gonna have to remember what I just said. I think I was like, there were holes in the ceiling, and it might be disguised, right?
Yeah, that's where you were.
Yeah, that's where you stopped.
Okay. I haven't got shit written down. I'm just making this up. Okay. Oh yeah, I was saying, are we recording again?
Yep, I'm still recording.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Picking up where we left off. They can be a bit of a bugger to shift, but keep at it. I'm sure you'll manage. If any of you do attempt this, be careful not to fall in the process. It's a long way down. I know this from personal experience. And also, once outside, it is possible you may encounter a giant multi-legged robot with laser visions and knives for hands. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, me and my esteemed colleagues will be attempting to rectify, or at least put a stop to, this train's more harmful shortcomings. Namely, that individual who is called Father. He is called Father. He appears to not be a passenger. I am unclear as to whether he created this train or merely the poor soul who has been left in control of it. He's actually a really nice laddie person. Automaton called Alex. If you meet him, do be nice. It's not his fault. Really, it's not his fault. Their fault. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an old-fashioned person. I really do need to work on my pronouns. Anyway, what was I going to say? We are going to try to fix the train. If you come across the father figure, beat the pick out of them. It's basically their fault. Yeah, of course, welcome to continue your little pre-arranged adventure on the train. Apparently, we all have a nice tailor-made individual one that if we solve, we're allowed to get off. But the last person managed to do that 14 years ago. So, just keep that in mind. You could be stuck here indefinitely. And what's a rebellion without a few friends, hey? Some of you may have met me already by another name, but for now, you may simply call me Oscar. I'm short, orange, have a mouth like a tin can opener, and I'm apparently a lot more qualified for the running of locomotives than the poor soul they want with the task here. Yes. As for the picnic, who's responsible for all this? I assume you're listening too. In brief, I'm coming for you. And there is no machine, no monster, no demon, nor god in this world that will stop me. Thank you all for your time and attention. And remember, if you do make your way to the outside of this train, please find the gap.
Boom, boom, boom. Holy shit! That was astounding!
Hey! Do I get an Oscar?
So
Do I get an
good.
inspiration point?
Absolutely!
Yes, baby! I am so gonna use that.
Oh god,
Okay.
I've...
I have a feeling
Okay.
I'm gonna need it.
You are definitely gonna need it because this is the point. You have just openly challenged like a level 30 character.
Oh, good! Oh, super! 30?
Yes, 3-0.
I'm still gonna try and pick him up.
Valid.
Do you cast command
All he has
word
to do is roll a 1.
or get his ass on the entire train?
Yes.
Oh god. Okay. I think Alex has probably spent this entire time just again looping around in circles, kind of muttering to themselves. I don't think they were necessarily listening in. I will say for certain, this thing has echoed through the entirety of the train. All
Oh, yeah.
1.5 million carriages plus one other carriage.
Oh my god.
This is well done. I cannot tell you the ramifications of that until I've played some other games with people, because you can damn well bet I'm taking that recording and playing it in other Neverending Train games.
Oh my god. I'm sorry it was so, like, the quality was bad, but I couldn't help it.
No,
Anyway.
it was perfect.
Okay.
That was four. That was a.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Okay, Minty, take the wheel.
Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Ward, I gotta
Pat
say,
Angie on the back, like,
yeah, I was like, Mr. Ward, I gotta say, that was certainly some speech.
Well, I've had a bit of practice.
That was really good.
I was surprised myself, I have to admit.
Wow.
Vain waggle of the head. Alright. So now we have to
Well,
actually...
I know what's going on now, at least.
Well, I hope so. I hope they do actually pay attention to the warnings therein. Right. So we're basically gonna go and have a discussion with Father. Could we have a description? I really should have asked for one before I made that announcement.
Well, a description. It's about this tall. Holds his head and Alex holds their hand up. By the way, don't worry about messing up Alex's pronouns because I'm apparently doing that all the time as well.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's because I tell you what it is. I know you've said that like Alex is not Wheatley bootleg, but my mental that's where I'm at here. It's like this is like not quite Wheatley level incompetence, but like it's that cruel.
They're not Wheatley.
I know they're not Wheatley. I know they're not, but like my brain is like set into incompetent android who's trying his best, like before betraying us all. But yeah, I don't know.
To be fair,
Nice.
to be fair, I don't think Wheatley has a +5 in intelligence.
Definitely not. That's like a -5. Surely.
All right, onwards.
What would that be? Oatly? Oatly.
it's Wheatley,
yes.
but with an actual brain cell and much more anxiety.
Oh, absolutely.
Fine. Aw.
All right, so yeah, Alex holds one of their hands up. It's like around to the point of like a bit over 6 feet. So he's like about this tall. Black hair. He's half elf. And he I don't really know. How faces are weird, says the automaton that literally has no facial features other than like these big eyes.
Hey, I do agree with you, says the engineer, who has no face apart from a mouth that glows turquoise.
I think there are a lot of toons on the train these days. Most of the passengers we have at the moment are toons. So you look for people that is like not toon and not the Muppet born, not like you. It's half elf with black hair. I think this will probably help you find him. I think he'll probably find you first.
Saves us the trouble.
I don't think you should find him. It'll be good to help. He's meant to be the one running the train, but I think after that announcement, it's not going to be a very good idea to go after him.
Aye, sure. If he's coming after us, might as well anticipate. Is there a carriage that's particularly good for, let's say, fisticuffs?
There's the boxing carriage. It's got a ring and it's got audience and everything.
I don't really like that vibe. I did make a movie with Stony. They wanted to do like 1 billion sequels. I was just like, nah, it's not that feel.
Oh, well, then it depends what sort of thing you mean. If you want, I can make you a new carriage, but it's probably not a good idea.
No, new carriages. Hang on, wait a moment.
No more carriages. Please don't make any more.
No, wait, where are you here? Do you know where our carriages are?
I can look them up.
Just want to go first, or no? Pick that. I'm not getting before I've kicked this man's arse.
Good luck with that.
I
So you go.
go home. I kind of want to make sure everyone else is okay too.
If you want, like you're not meant to be going through the train around how you're going, but I can't exactly stop you once you've started. I can make sure that you get to the train, get to the carriages that you're meant to go, rather than where your box would want you to go.
Aye, that's true. Tatus here is quite a linguist. Is able to tell more or less what bridge beneath us is. But if we've got like, is there a way that you can like, I don't know, with this box? String at the hoverbox that they've got to Alex is there a way to program this to take us three to our individual carriages?
Alex kind of just like looks at the box, looks back at the box. Like, despite their lack of facial features, you could just tell they're very disappointed. And not that you personally have seen Oscar, but you specifically are the reason that Alex had to make an adjustment to every single one of these boxes on the train, saying, "Please do not tamper with."
Oscar does not care. Even if he knew, he would not care. He would probably feel kind of proud and hope that people would ignore it.
All right. I can't program this one. You've kind of broken it a bit too much, really. That one's it would have to be recycled if I wanted it to work again. But this one, I can order you a new one. I can order you 3 new ones, and they'll each take you to where you want to go.
What do you say, girls? We'll have to give up some liberty. I don't really like that.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of want to. I mean, as much as I want to go home, I kind of want to make sure that the trains working properly before we leave. It just feels like the right thing to do. Carriages too, so I can get off.
Again, I don't really. To be quite honest, as I told you before, I don't really have much reason to go home. I don't think I've really got much of a home anymore. So I'd rather stick with you.
Well, that's mighty touching. Also, if you do end up back in the world that we come from, go to Inkwell.
Well, I'll do my best. I think it'll probably be a better place than where I was.
I know it may not be as simple as that, and things aren't perfect. And Inkwell, things are going a bit, well, anyway, there's a whole story going there, I'm sure you'll find out about. But you'd be very welcome. I mean, just keep an eye out for the place called Dodo Studios if you do make it.
I certainly will. You two have been far nicer and far more accommodating than anyone else in Jimmy's hometown. So I think, yeah, when I get back, if it's okay, I'm gonna try and find you. Both of you, if I can.
I'd be insulted if you didn't. And he's gonna give you a hug.
Yes, this is just like, sadly, this is not 3 hours of hugging the session, but hugs are still good.
2.5 hours of hug. managed to hug Alex, even if they didn't know what was going on.
Alex was very concerned about what that, but okay. Yeah, Minty, did you have anything to add on to that?
Let's see, not really. I mean, she's definitely gonna join in on the group hug.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah, what about you get that open too? So at least.
Sorry, could you please repeat that? You glitched out a little bit and I did not catch what you said.
Same.
Oh. Is it working any
All right.
better?
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Sorry.
But yeah, it's alright. But yeah, she's gonna say,
Maybe we should try and get the other box open so at least Alex will be able to have access to the controls again.
Alex has probably just been standing to the side, kind of watching this awkwardly. They don't know what they're doing. I'm not allowed to touch them. I don't know how to touch them. I don't know how to use any of them. So I don't think even if you get it open, I could really do much with it, to be honest.
Oh dear.
I am that tempted to reprogram that automaton to have some autonomy. I am telling you. And he's like whispering that to the other two.
yeah, Minty nods.
Yeah, I mean, his dad really didn't teach him how to do his job at all. What was he thinking?
Would it be unethical for me to reprogram an automaton to be more independent?
I mean, that's a good question, because on one hand, it's kind of like you'd essentially be rewiring their brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of getting into some ethical questions there, and I don't know.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
Well, I think if you're saying this out loud, Alex is going to back up a little bit. Like no one's allowed to touch me. No one's allowed to repair me unless it's like either my father or the creator. So please don't try and take me apart and rewire my brain.
Of course, no. We wouldn't do that without your permission anyway. So
wouldn't we? Oh, of course we wouldn't do that.
She kind of gives Oscar a glare, like.
You okay? Hey, calm down. Only joking, mostly. Well, the offer's there if you change your mind. Not that you have one particularly of your own, but still.
I can't exactly go anywhere. I'm kind of stuck to just here. And I was meant to be a helper. I was not meant to do this all on my own. I was just meant to kind of just be good at reaching up all the levers up there because I can reach all the way higher. And like both the creator and my father couldn't, so I was just meant to help here. I'm not meant to do much else.
And he shouldn't have left you here by yourself, especially if you don't know how to work everything here. That's really irresponsible of him.
Father, he and can I get you guys to actually roll insight for a moment?
Sure.
Absolutely.
What on earth is Tatter's insight? I always forget. It's +6. What the fuck? Alright, that's a 16 from Oscar.
Woo!
A dirty 20
Wow.
from Tatters and a 22 from Minty. Nice.
Minty sees all.
That tracks. You two are very insightful.
Alright, so Oscar, what you can see is it's pretty obvious that Alex here is he's stammering. No wonder I was stuttering. My brain was going, no, wrong pronouns. Yeah, so they're stuttering over words. They definitely seem like they're trying to get something out, and from context, they definitely seem like they're trying to get something out about their father. Tatters and Minty, on the other hand, what you can tell is they're trying to say something. They're trying to say something that they're probably not allowed to say. There seems to be something specifically going on, and from the kind of crunching of gears that you can hear, it's something that actively goes against whatever mechanical programming they have. So, the father, he promised that I should do my best. I promised I'd do my best, and father, he's been gone for a very, 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 very long time, and they will keep stumbling over words like that unless someone tries to stop them.
Alright. Alex, it's okay. You don't have to say it.
And Minty says this kind of quietly, but like she's looking actually like really like upset right now. Like not at Alex, of course, but just like in general at the situation, because like him not basically being like forced to like not be able to speak his mind like this. This like kind of goes against everything she stands for, pretty much.
Sorry. Sorry. Difficult to say some things, you know?
It's okay. I understand.
My brothers are gone. I've been alone for a long time. I was gone. They were gone before Father left as well, but I've been alone for a very long time, and it's weird talking again. Normally I'm used to just talking to myself.
Well, question, in terms of preference, or let's say what would be the most use of our time, would you prefer us to recollect one or both of your brothers or your father?
They're dead. They can't be found again. They both got recycled. One of them got recycled into me, and the other one just got shipped off on the train, and now he's gone, and I'm never gonna see him again. And Father didn't really care, and no, I'm not meant to say that. No, of course he cared. Of course he cared. He made us. Why would he make us if he didn't care?
Good question.
Alex, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not sure if he did.
Alex is just frozen still there, and I think it's Tatter's turn to come give them a hug. Honey, it's okay. It's hard to say things at times, and it's hard to try and get through this stuff through your mind, but I'm sorry you've been alone for so long. I know how it feels, but it's okay. We're gonna find a way to make this right. I promise. Sorry. Thank you for helping. All three of you, thank you for helping. Thank you.
Don't have to apologize for asking for help when you need it.
Yeah.
Just
Just because you're a helper doesn't mean...
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Just because you're a helper doesn't mean that you shouldn't...
Oh, okay.
Just because you're a helper doesn't mean that you shouldn't be helped sometimes. Everyone needs help sometimes.
I'm not supposed to, I'm supposed to be the help. I'm not supposed to need help, but I'm not supposed to be the wandering here, and you're not meant to be here, and you weren't meant to use the intercom, but I think we're long past that by now. And, oh dear, the creator's gonna be so mad. Oh dear, Father's gonna be so mad. You probably shouldn't be here.
Aye, that's true.
Yeah, well, tough luck, because we're mad at him too.
I love you, Minty.
Well, if we are going to go with this father, we probably should. We don't want Alex to get dragged into that.
Yeah, it might be best to find a carriage to meet us with, because, I mean, if he's as powerful as Alex says he is, then he should probably be able to find where we are, even if we can't find him.
All right. Okay, I'll take the bullet. Alex.
Yes?
Can you tell me where my is? I don't have to leave, but if I don't solve the carriage, I don't leave, so I might as well just use some sort of territory that might be familiar to me, I suppose.
Yes. I can do that. It's yes. And Alex scoots around and pulls up your file again. The stage carriage. Yes, it's a fair way down the train. I can get you a box. I can program you a box and it'll take you there. And if you want, I can make it open so that you guys don't have to get so trapped again. But it's about halfway down the train. It will take a while for you to get there, but I can't. This. Oh, I know a better way. The train. The small train. And Alex points towards the little mini trains. They could.
Hey, we've made friends before.
They could. It's. You need to be careful not to get lost and not take the wrong turn, because going through those things can sometimes be pretty dizzy and pretty disorientating, and sometimes you wind up in places where people weren't really meant to be. But you could probably go there and it will take you straight to the train carriage, and then from the train carriage you can then get to the stage carriage, because it goes to every carriage.
Oh man, the temptation to just go all over this train. Like, you just see it in his face. He has no eyes to have a wicked gleam, but man!
His teeth have a wicked gleam instead.
Nice. Like, you just see it. Like, you don't need to make an insight check. He's just like, chaos, chaos, chaos.
I would actually like to remind you about one of the rewards that you got from a previous carriage, which was respect of the trains.
Oh,
Did you write that down?
Yeah.
no! I did! I know it in my soul anyway. I'm just like, I mean, like talk out of character to my fellow player, actually. Like, I mean, we have a choice here. Like, we're gonna, like, go to this stage carriage, curious as hell, and it seems like a decent location to, like, lure this guy out to, with the intent of knocking 7 bells out of him. Like, would you like to just go directly there, or do you want some people? I don't know.
Like, gather more people, do you think? Or
I don't know. Like, what would Minty like to do? Is what I'm basically asking.
I mean, Minty's pretty much gonna go along with whatever Oscar decides on, 'cause she's pretty much following his lead at this point.
I'm not sure that's a great idea, Minty.
Leave
Oh
either way.
my
I mean,
god!
she's gonna be like give some guidance, but like she's sticky with the Oscar because she doesn't want to like lose him again, at least until they can all get off the train and she's sure that they're all safe. So
I've got it. Okay, he claps his hands together and says,
Alright, we'll take the train to my carriage, but Alex, I know I've asked a lot of you, but I really feel like we have a connection here. I have one other person on this train who I really need to have a word with. Goes by the name of Higgs.
Higgs. Do you know? That sounds like a nickname. I've got to say, if it's a nickname, I can kind of search, but it might turn up a couple of people. Do you know more of the name?
Oh, Peg, well, Boingy. Minty, do you know the full bloody blah that he does every single time? Benjamin? It was Benjamin.
okay, remind me, out of character. Remind me, was it Higgs Boson? Is that his full name?
Mark, please come to our rescue.
"No,
What is your character's
Boingo
name?
Higgins."
Because like,
Boingo
in character, Minty would
Higgins.
remember because she's like, she should be good with names. Out of character, it's been months. I'm so sorry.
Oh man, I know it.
God. Okay. No. If you guys can actually.
It's that. To know.
Okay.
Yeah. If you guys can remember it, then.
Remember, it's Benjamin Higgins.
See, as a character, would know it right.
Oh God, both of you are
Say that
dropping
again?
out. Both of you are dropping out so bad at the moment.
Oh no. Hello, am I coming clear now?
Discord. Maybe we should wrap the Find Higgins.
Yeah, I think, yeah. No, in that case, I can say, if you guys can remember the name, or at least Minty definitely can, of Benjamin Herman Boingo Higgins, you pass that on to Alex, and Alex kind of goes like, yes, that's full name, that I can search up. Zoom, types it all in. Ah, yes, he's currently in the, and I just need to quickly make up a carriage, because where the fuck is Higgs?
That's like the next episode's title. Where the fuck is Higgs?
Just like, origami carriage. If you can find it today, you can probably get your friend.
Alright, so may we take the express train to the stage, but via the origami carriage?
well, you can't really go from one carriage to the other carriage using the trains. You have to go you have to go from one carriage to the train carriage, and from the train carriage to another carriage, and then back to train carriage, and then onwards again. But yeah, if you want to, I can't exactly stop you from using the trains. You're not really going to pay attention to anything I say that you're not meant to be doing, so.
You understand me.
gives him a big pat on the shoulder. But yeah, he has been to the train carriage before, so would he understand how to do that, or like should I ask for instructions?
I mean, you have outright ridden on a train before. You
I have.
will need to like have a train there to ride on, but on the other hand, you have already seen Alex call a train to come in before, so
Yeah.
All right, well, if we've got our very own luxury independent little carriage, I mean, train, locomotive, do these little wee chaps have like a term, a name?
they're just the delivery trains.
Delivery trains, I like it. I always give my trains back home names, individual names, but delivery trains. Okay, I've got some sort of a form of address. That's important. Okay, well, we'll make our way to the train carriage and seek out our companion, and then we'll make it directly to the stage carriage. How does that sound? Tatters, can you fit?
And he's looking at this tiny hole because, like, he can sit on this train. Minty can sit on this train.
Tatters is big.
Yeah, no, Tatters, ever since you brought up riding on one of those trains, Tatters has just been cautiously eyeing the hole. And, like, she could probably get through if she was lying flat, because her head's pretty big, and, like, these trains they're large enough that, like, a human child could easily ride on them. Tatters is, like, bigger than your average human adult, though, so it's gonna be a bit of a tight squeeze.
It's not impossible.
I've got to say, I could probably make it. I can't say I'm a fan of tight spaces, but I suppose it's kind of a matter of, like, if I come with you now, or if I catch you up later, or if I just stay here, I guess.
Entirely up to you. I have to confess, like, even though taking this flying box and going up and meeting us there is a possibility, our friend here said it would take a while, and there's that creature there.
Yeah, I don't particularly feel like running into that again, especially as we know that it's nearby.
Yeah. Well, one option could be Tatters goes ahead to the stage carriage to meet us there, and Oscar and I go to the origami carriage to pick eggs, and then we meet you there.
That might work, yes. If I'll take the box, and I hope I won't run into that thing, but I know well enough how to avoid it now, and it'll take me a while, but if you wait for me in the stage carriage, promise you won't go through the door without letting me say goodbye.
I absolutely swear it.
Okay. And she's gonna scoop the two of you up again for one absolutely massive, I'd say bear hug, but it's a lioness hug, so...
Yeah.
Does Minty go?
Yeah, the little squeaker and everything!
Oh yeah, little squeaky toy noise.
We were talking outside of the game, and it was like, why don't hugs make a noise? We had 3 hours of silent, like, awkward silent hugging, and now it's like, so Minty might squeak sometimes when she gets a hug.
It's excellent. Alright, yeah, so Tatters gives you all a very, very long hug. I do actually have to ask real quick, this is for personal reasons. NG, I can't remember whether or not you actually gave Tatters a business card.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Oscar gave her a business card.
I'm
like
he did.
90% sure, but yeah. I mean, he's gonna like double check. He's like, "Did I give you a business card?"
Let me double check. And she'll dig through her purse for a bit, and like, I think you did. So yes. Well, if not, we'll say that one gets passed over now. So now that she definitely does have a business card, so she will be able to find you again.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really want to draw these business cards. I've like given out so many of them.
You really should. Okay. I'm just trying to I'm doing a quick check of like if she's got any spells she can pass on to you guys real quick. That might help later on. But it doesn't look like there is anything.
Things have like time limits. So.
Yeah, everything's time. There's nothing here that I've got that I can find easily that might be helpful for you guys later on, sadly. So yeah, it's just you guys get a hug, and she kisses both of your foreheads because yes, and she loves you very much, and then heads off back to the box.
Real quick, I think real quick before she leaves, Minty's gonna do something because. Yeah, one last thing. Minty's gonna boop her on the nose, and she's gonna cast heroism, and I'm gonna see if she's able to cast that because I have a thing with her now where she has to roll to see if she can cast a spell because her magic is kind of on the fritz.
Yes.
7. Oh.
Oh, it's just a boop then. It's just a very cute boop.
And you're gonna be by yourself. I don't want you to be by yourself. Just take care of him, would you?
And is giving Chirpy 2 tatters.
Oh, okay. That's very good and very cute. Thank you. Mr. Ward, I really appreciate the company, and I really appreciate everything you've done for me. And, like, Minty, Miss Minty, I really hope you take care of yourself and take care of him, because like, he's not too good at that, obviously.
Guilty as charged.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of him, just so long as you take good care of yourself too.
I promise I'll do my best. I'll see you both soon, yeah?
Aye, as soon as possible.
Alright. And she hops into the box, and up she goes and starts zooming down the train. And whether or not she gets to the stage carriage before you do will be decided by a dice roll later on.
Oh my gosh, I really hope Tatus doesn't engage anything, like whether it's father or the big scary octopus. Don't like it. Don't like it.
For now, it's just you two and Alex left in the engine.
Well, I suppose
Well,
we've got to be
I
off.
guess. Yeah, Alex, thank you so much for all of your help and for telling us about what's going on and everything.
It was really nice to have company. I wasn't kidding before. Like, if you ever want to come back, except obviously you don't want to come back, you're trying to get off the train, but it was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too.
Oscar's really struggling to find words for this because, like, you know, he has fatherly instincts, and this character's father, by his definition, not a father at all. Really doesn't like the situation and doesn't like leaving Alex because, like, he's been abandoned already. So I think he goes over and takes one of Alex's hands if it's possible. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's possible.
You know, gently. He's not like doing anything in an alarming fashion anymore. And he says, "Oh, having independent thoughts is often the route to innovation. You really I know it's difficult because you've been programmed, but don't stop fighting."
Thank you. I think that's the only thing I can really say right now, but thank you.
I'll take it, but you know, you said it yourself. The rules.
I'll keep working on it. Maybe it'll go well. I hope you get off here safe. I hope you get out of here safe. I think you have made a very big mistake, but I hope you get out of here safe.
Try to improve your situation, whether it's by dragging your father here by his lovely black locks or other means, but I will do everything I can to help you and this train.
Thank you. And I think Alex is gonna lean over and now give you a hug for the first time in their life. They get to give a hug.
Yes! Oh, success! I don't know if Alex the temperature, but there is a very happy, warm glow. This is cool. This is progress. Yes.
Well done. The poor child,
awesome.
Alex is a baby and really appreciates the hug. So they don't really know what else to say.
Don't need to say anything else. I think that's a nice note to leave, Alex. Actually, you don't really need to say anything after something like that.
Yeah, I think Alex will on their own they will go out and call in one of the little trains so that you guys can actually hop on and head back to the train room. So within a minute there is a train with two like empty little platform carriages trailing it behind it for you guys to sit on.
Yeah, well, we'll take us to the train carriage and then from there the origami carriage. Is that okay?
Are you saying that to Minty or to Alex?
Send it to the delivery train.
Okay. It's origami carriage and then stage carriage. Stage carriage is where you'll be able to get off. Minty, do you want to know where you can get off? Because if you go to the stage carriage, you'll still be stuck on the train for a while afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's true. I should probably know that too.
It's okay. Now once again, I need to make something up because Minty, we haven't actually necessarily addressed talked about how you would get off the train. This is something I've talked about the engineer with Mod, but I haven't necessarily talked about it with you. So
you don't have to give it a solid name. You can just say like he tells her what the name of the carriage is.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. So yeah, you now have a name of your personalized carriage. You have no idea where on the train it is, but you know what you need to be looking for.
Oh yes, the carriage.
Perfect.
Yes, we all know where the carriage is.
The carriage is going to be a very important one in a great episode.
It's actually called that. I'm gonna die.
I'm really tempted now.
Okay, going. Are we going?
Keep going. Is it just down to you two
at
now?
this point, I'm guessing we like break the game. Like we have to stop here and then organize one with our other friend from the soft trio.
Our lovely friend Mark.
Soft quartet.
Higgs is not soft. Higgs does not belong in the soft trio.
True. Yeah.
But yes, that's something that is a future game that will need deciding. For now, we leave off on you two hopping onto that little train and going through the tunnel, and you both feel this twisting motion as you obviously get sucked through some sort of portal. And with that, there's a fade to white and then to black, and the episode ends there.
Yay!
Hey, that was amazing.
Congratulations, you haven't broken everything yet.
Thanks.
God.
Give us time.
Oh man. On the way to it, though, probably.
Absolutely. Yes, because on one hand, you do now have father absolutely gunning for you because no one gets to threaten his rule of this train. He is not happy about that. On the other hand,
Might be.
on the other hand, you've also got the creator that heard all of this, and I need to figure out what his reaction is because, hoo boy.
Yeah, we didn't really get to the creator, but I figure that asking the father about the creator might be better. But
once we're done yelling at him.
Maybe more dramatic. Oh, boy.
Good luck getting any answers out of that bastard.
Gonna get something out of him, even if it's only blood. Anyway, okay. So this was great. I'm really sorry about my connection. I don't know what that was about.
No, it's okay. It
might have been
happens.
Discord, honestly. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm about to hit stop recording. So, do you two want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye bye. Thanks everyone.